Hello, Miss Ryan.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Ryan.
Morning.
Oh, wait.
We still have a few more friends that are going to show up, so we're going to just give them a few
Turn on
seconds.
your camera. I'll mute you.
Izzy, does this look familiar to you? My background?
Oh, yeah. Is she in there? Are you in there?
I moved the, yeah, I'm at the office. We moved the table.
Oh my God.
We're going to try to clean everything up and hopefully come in September. So I thought you'd enjoy seeing that. You?
I would be so happy.
Me too. Me too. It'll be
Everybody will.
We're gonna make all new projects for us.
Yay! What are those projects in the background? What are those? Are those past projects?
This one here, the horse I did for a party. Whose party was that? That was that Marty?
What about the cake?
This, yep, yeah, and she had the other unicorn. Were you in this class when I did this? Were you in that class? That was a lot of fun. Maybe I'll try to do something like that again. That was a class.
I was in this. I was in the camp when we did the cake. Like, remember the cake?
Yeah.
With the oil pastels.
Yeah, the cake.
Not that one, but the other one that we did in the camp.
Yeah, we did it. This one I did for a party. This one here.
That's appropriate.
Yeah, and it's actually really nice. It's on both sides. I should show it to you. If we're waiting for friends to come. See that? You like it?
Oh, wow. That's cool.
I did both sides just because Jim wanted it this way. He liked it that way. And it's good.
You have red on one side and blue on the other side.
Light color. I used to use that in.
And then this one here, I think you saw this one. I did for a little kid party. They had a really great time. That was a lot of fun.
Look, we finally have glue.
Okay, let me let Abby in.
Remember our glue? I know we got other ones, but...
Okay. And the one all the way at the end was also for a party.
Oh, wow.
I remember the sign in and sign out.
So I think we only have, oh wait, Jackson's not coming today, right? Okay. I don't see Christine. Let me just make sure that she didn't call. Okay, so how was everyone's week? Everyone had a good
My week was great.
It was wonderful. Your hair got so long. I haven't seen it. So let's go over what we need today while we give our other friends a few more minutes to join. We're going to need all our paper.
I've got my paper. I've got pink.
Okay. We're going to need our fancy pencils. Don't you love these?
Yeah, it's
I thought
so
it was
cool.
so
It's got red on one side, blue on the
Well,
other side. I wonder what these
those.
are.
I love it. I love it. We're going to use those to do some details and to just help us to draw some shapes.
Cool.
And you have your glue stick, and you should have scissors.
I have my pencil.
Awesome.
Look, I have my pencil.
Awesome.
Wanted to have a pencil.
I know I have my pencil. You don't have this one? James, you have this one? You can use whichever one you like.
I'm gonna.
Sometimes when I do these cutting projects, I don't always need to draw and then cut.
I think we should.
But if you do, that's fine. Whenever I do a line on my paper, that's usually the side I glue down, just so you can't see it. But it's up to you. It sometimes gives a little bit more detail. Here's what my project looks like in the end.
Wow, it's like an
So we're
aquarium.
going to do all that together. Maybe it's changing. Okay, hold on. I'm letting another friend in.
Do I have a hat or do I not?
Okay.
No,
All
I
right.
don't
So let's.
so. You like my hat?
I love your hat.
The pencils and
Now
pencils.
Why did black? Construction paper. Now I'm a shepherd.
Use this one for now. I'll look. Otherwise, you'll miss the whole art class.
You can rename it if you like, but I know it's you. Oh, there you go. Yep. Okay, we didn't start yet. I was just giving.
What do you want to say,
We were just going over what supplies we need. You need a scissor. Now, I know some of my friends aren't as quick with the scissors. I want you to really take your time. I will wait for you. It shouldn't be too hard of a project, but I will wait, and I want you to be careful. Remember, when you're using scissors, they always have a small and a larger, and you want the smaller one on top, and that's for your thumb, and you put as many fingers on the bottom as comfortable. Remember, you're in charge of your scissors, not the scissors in charge of you. So a lot of times you can use your helping hand to move your paper when you're cutting, and you can just always try to point your scissors away from you and not towards your hand or yourself, because you can hurt yourself, and I don't want anyone to get hurt.
Okay, well, I'll speak to Miss Ron.
Take your time. There's no rush. We have a little bit of time.
That.
All right?
No.
Right. So I think that we're going to get started.
You want to tell
I
us?
think everyone is here.
No, Olivia, because last
And
time.
we're going to move so that you can move the camera so you can see us better. Okay?
It must go out
I
of the
need-
box.
I don't know.
Hi, Ishmael.
Okay.
Hi. I like your
Here
pants.
we are. Okay. Can everyone see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to turn it or move it. I'll turn it sideways so you can see it better. You're going to want your black paper. And you're going to want to take your blue paper.
Pay attention, Olivia.
Get your glue ready. Okay. And you're going to put glue around the edge of your paper. That's just going to be our background.
Let's put this.
Center it as best you can.
I know.
You'll push that down.
You can. So you'll beat the gingerbread man.
Okay? So you should have this. Okay. And I'm going to give everyone a second. You just need to glue that down.
There's a giant hole.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now what I'd like for you to do,
There's a giant hole.
we're going to take our green paper.
Where's my glue?
Now our green paper, I gave you 2 colors. And like I said, if it's easier for you to draw instead of just cutting. Okay, I'm going to give James a minute. He's still gluing. Okay. Get that on there.
You got it.
Get that on there. And everyone else can get their green paper ready.
Now pay attention.
I'm gonna
All right. So what the green paper is going to be our grass, our seagrass.
I already drew a fish on it.
So if you'd like to draw it before you cut it, it doesn't have to be perfect. You
This
kind of
on
want
the
it to
green paper.
I'm going to mute everyone just so that everyone can hear me. Okay, so we have our green paper. If you'd like to draw some squiggly lines, you can. I'll give you a second to do that. I like to draw it a little bit zigzag because then I'm just going to cut along the line. I like to have my grass have a little bit of a point to the end. You don't have to draw the lines if you don't want to. Can everyone see these lines, or is it too light? Let me draw them a little darker. Just a little bit of a wave, and they don't have to be perfect. And they could be thinner, and they could be all different heights if you want to do some big, some small. Okay. So I have both pages, and I'm only drawing on one. Then I'm going to take my scissors, and it doesn't matter which side you start at, and we're just going to cut those shapes. Now, I kind of don't like that it has a finished edge. If you like it, that's okay. You can leave it like that. You can always take it and give it a little bit more curve to it. And we're going to cut that whole page along our lines. Remember to take your time. There is no rush. I know that I'm a little faster than you, and I will wait for you. Remember, we're also cutting. You see how I'm cutting away. I'm not cutting towards. I'm holding this paper still, and I'm cutting. I'm not following exactly the lines because I like it to be a little bit imperfect. For grass, it's really not that important to be so perfect with it. Okay, once you finish that up, you can design some of them. Maybe you even want to cut some in half so you'll have different heights. Your scraps you can just put off to a pile on the side. You never know, you might need to use them again. I feel like these pieces may be a little bit too big. I'm going to cut one or two in half, but it's really up to you how you want it. Okay? When you're done, you can just put that on the side. You don't want to use a lot of glue because sometimes we like to move things around. So you just want to use a little bit of glue when you're placing your grass. You can use either side. This side doesn't have my markings. This side does. It gives it a little bit of a shadow if you like that side. I'm going to give everyone a few more minutes to do their cutting. My friends that I can't see, if you have any issues, please let me know. And everyone else, I can see you cutting, so I'm going to give you a few more minutes. Now, if you think you have enough and you still have paper left that you didn't cut, you could just put that aside because maybe you'll come back to it and use it later. If you feel like you've had enough, then you can be done. For my other friends that are ready, just a little bit of glue, maybe just a spot in the middle. You don't want to use a lot. And you just want to start placing them. Just a little bit of glue. You can always come back later and add more glue. The only reason why I do not glue it all the way is because sometimes I like to move things around. I also like to overlap. Maybe I want to hide a fish behind some of the grass. I think a lot of my grass is really tall. So if you feel that you need to cut in the middle of things, that's also okay. Please go ahead and do so. Whenever you're ready to glue your grass, you can go ahead and do that. You don't have to use all your pieces. If you want to keep some on the side for later, to add later. And you can see how your picture grows. That's okay too. I actually think that's a good suggestion. Just try to cover it just a little bit to give yourself an idea of what your aquarium is going to look like. All right. Remember, you don't have to do all your pieces. Just kind of get an idea. And don't totally glue them down because you may want to move them. Okay. I'm going to leave some on the side. And I'm going to give everyone else another minute to glue some grass down. And I'm going to show you both pictures at the same time. Okay, my original picture, I only did one color green, but I thought the two colors would be nice for you guys. All right, I see a few of us waiting and a few still just coloring. All right, so what we'd like to do next is take our yellow paper. Take our yellow paper. Give yourself some space. And get your pencil. Okay, you don't have to use your whole paper, but if we're going to draw a lot of fish, I suggest you fold your paper. Fold it in half. And then fold it again. Now we're not going to use all the yellow paper in case you want to use something else with it. But on half of this page, we're going to make a fish shape. Okay, you can hold the paper however you like. Sometimes I like to save some paper because I may need that color, or I may decide to add something else that I like. So you may decide to use something that you like. So let's go ahead and draw a fish. Let's use just half of our page. So we're just going to draw a line. And that's the back of our tail. And then we're going to draw 2 lines. There's the tail of our fish. Now we're going to draw the body. So it's more like a rainbow. And you're going to want to draw that again on the bottom side. And if you notice, I'm not connecting it in the front here. I'm going to bring it closer so you can see. It doesn't have to be perfect. These lines are just so we know where to cut. And then we want to just draw a point for the mouth. And we can add detail into that later. So now that you have your design, you're going to cut that out nice and carefully. Keep it folded. This way, we're only cutting our fish once. And if you're off the line a little bit, it's okay. It's really the shape we want. Now you still have some paper left. If you decide to make another fish, the same fish again, you can easily just fold your paper and you kind of have a template already and you can trace that. I would put the rest of my yellow paper aside and your cutout, you should have a few fish if you folded your paper. Olivia, honey, you wanted to fold your paper so that you can have more than. Does anyone need any help?
Miss Ryan,
Yep.
I'm missing the pencil that you have.
Okay, it's okay to use a regular pencil. It's okay to use a regular pencil.
Okay.
It's just for detail. Take your time. Try not to cut towards yourself. And I'm gonna wait for my friends to cut. I know cutting sometimes takes a little bit of time, and we've been out of school for a while, so we need to work those muscles again.
Oh wow! Look,
Yep.
Miss Ryan, I got it.
Beautiful. You did a great job.
Oh wow! Look, Miss Ryan, it looks like I made a heart.
It does. I like that.
Okay, let's go into
Great
the
job. Okay,
I
now
wanna
you have your fish. You gonna draw more? Good. Okay, so whoever has fish ready to go, go ahead and take your picture. And remember, we didn't really totally glue these down. Sometimes you want to hide some of your fish. And remember, again, just a little bit of glue in the middle. And place your fish. Now, some fish could be going that way. Some fish could be swimming up. Some like to hide, some don't. We can glue everything down later. Maybe you don't want to add all your fish right now. But if you only add a little bit of glue, it'll be better off.
second fish. Now I think I'm gonna glue them.
Because you can move it later.
Another one.
That's looking good. I like it.
Alright.
Okay.
Wow, look, Grandma, I'm making my own fish tank.
It's beautiful.
Look, does this look like
Looking wonderful, guys.
it looks like a hawk, but it's not really.
I want to give everyone a few more minutes to finish with their yellow paper. And we'll move on to another paper. All right, when you guys are ready, I still see some friends gluing. Those that are waiting, I see Izzy, she's adding her details. For everyone else, they can grab a blue piece of paper.
I'm adding different details to every fish.
That's great. My other friends will get a turn to do that in the end also, if they haven't added any details yet. So let's go ahead and get our blue paper. And we're going to fold that paper in half. Okay. Now with this paper, I'm going to make a seashell. Now if you decide to use a different color paper, that's also okay. I should have let you know that. It's up to you. Maybe you want a different color seashell. But again, I'm only going to draw on half of this because you may decide to use some of that paper for something else. So on half the page, I'm going to draw just a smile. Okay, and then we're going to come up just a little bit on both sides. It's kind of like we're making that fishtail a little bit bigger, but we're making our seashell. And you may even want to come in a little bit closer, kind of start to round it off. You just want to round it off just a little bit. All right, now you want to come back out. Two little lines, come back out. And then we're going to draw a line coming around on the top. And there you'll have your scallop. And you can add details to that later. We just want the shape for now, and we want to glue them down. If you can see, I didn't use all of my paper because I may want to have some bubbles out of that later, or a different color fish. And you can go ahead and cut that out. Keep your paper folded nice and carefully. You're in control of your scissors. You can see I always keep my scissors facing away from me when I'm cutting. I use my hand, my other hand, to move my paper instead of my scissors. It's safer that way. Okay, and we're going to take our paper, we'll put it aside to use later. And now we have two shells. And then you'll decide where you'd like to place those. goes outside the blue a little bit, that's also fine. It doesn't have to stay inside the blue box. I'm going to give everyone a minute to do that. Those that are done and caught up with that, if you'd like to go ahead and start adding details to your other items so that you're not waiting around, you can do that. Not sure if you can see. You can add some detail, give your guy a fin. Maybe you want to go to your scallops. Draw some lines in there. And we'll always come back to that and finish all these details later. I just didn't want you to be sitting around and waiting for the other friends. Let's go ahead and grab our purple paper. Let's get our purple paper in there. Now our purple paper, I'm not going to fold. I'd like to make an octopus. Now an octopus has 8 legs. What we want to do is don't draw a full circle. We're going to just draw a half circle for the head. I'm going to bring that closer so you can see it. So here's my paper. Right at the top of the page, I drew almost a whole circle. You get your purple paper. Don't fold it. Draw almost a whole circle right at the top. Okay, now we want to draw our legs. If you need your fingers to help you, you can do that. Or you can just draw a line coming down on both sides. And they don't have to be even. You're going to make some longer than the others. And you're going to start drawing some legs. Remember, you want 8 of them. So try to put 4 on one half. Try to put 4 on one half of your page. So you'll know that you have 4, and then you can do 4 on the other. If you don't have all the legs, it doesn't make a difference. Maybe there's a leg hiding. Maybe you want to add a leg coming up higher instead of all of them coming down. And you're going to make it look like fingers. They don't have to be all even. Now the tricky part is cutting this. So you want to make them look like fingers. And whenever you're ready to cut that, you can go ahead and do that. Remember to always hold your scissors away. It does not have to be perfectly cut. If I feel like I'm having a little trouble, I always stop cutting with my scissors and get myself together. Sometimes it's easier to cut that extra paper off and then continue again. Sometimes it gets in the way. Now on these thinner pieces, sometimes it's hard to turn your paper. You'll go right up to the top and then you could just stop and start at the bottom again and then meet that on the top. So then you just can take that out. And if it's not perfect, that's also okay.
Miss Ryan, how do we do it?
Which one do you want to do?
I
You want to do the octopus?
and I can't figure out how to do the legs.
Okay, you can use
body.
your hands. If it's easier for you to use your hands, put your hands down and trace your fingers. Or you can just make really long looking fingers.
Push your fingers.
Really looping them back and forth.
Turn it around like this. Now trace your fingers.
It does not need to be perfect. Take your time.
Trace your fingers, go in and out, and that's it. Easy, Olivia.
You see how I went in and out? It looks like fingers. Now I have 8, but you don't have to have 8. How'd you do? Olivia, how did you do, honey? Good? Okay, good.
Now, how do I cut the leg?
Okay, so now when you're cutting, if you cut one side up and then you cut the other side up, you don't have to do the twisting in and out. Okay? Just take your time.
Now this part's easy.
Yeah.
I thought it's not easy.
Who's done? Can go ahead and place, oh, your little octopus is so cute. So I'm going to place my octopus.
Thank you.
I got a really big octopus. And I'm just going to put him somewhere in here. I'm going to move this fish. See, that's why I don't like to glue it so much. Maybe I'll move this grass and get him in there. Get him hiding. And I'll put my fish back. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll save him for later. Just put a little bit of glue. Hold him there. I'll use some extra grass I had to give him more to hide behind. Okay. And I'm going to give you guys a minute for that. And now that I've done that, I'm going to take my orange paper. Okay, we're going to draw a starfish. I'm only going to use half the page, so I can probably make some fish out of that other half later. So we're going to do the best that we can drawing a starfish. Stars, I feel, are very hard to draw. Maybe some of you friends are really good at it. Again, it does not have to be perfect.
Miss Ryan.
Yep.
Okay. My ant, I'm gonna kill you. Okay. Anyways, there was like an ant crawling on the floor. I just ended his life. So there's like this trick where you can, so you draw a line like up. You see it, and then
So
you
is
draw it down,
helping me
and then
out.
it looks like an
I
A.
have a little bit, so I'm going to make mine a little rounded more than pointed. So she
Yeah.
wants me to draw a line up. I'm going to move this out of the way, and then I'm going to just round it. So it's kind of an upside down V, right? Is that good?
Yep, that's good.
Okay.
And then you draw it up diagonally,
Okay, put it a little. Oh yeah.
and
So
then
you did a
right,
star
and then
star.
down again.
You did your.
And then you just erase the parts in the middle, and then you have a perfect
parts in the middle.
star.
That's a good idea. Okay,
I learned
so
that in
she took
first
her
grade.
paper and she drew a star. She drew a star, and most of us know how to draw a star like that. And then she erased these little lines in the middle that she didn't want. I drew on top of my star, and then I'm going to draw 2 lines coming out. And I'm going to draw that same, make it come down. You really want to make, I like to make it rounded, kind of rounding it. And then you want to make it come down. Draw these 2 lines down. And then you'll round those in. If you like yours a little more pointed, that's okay. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. And then I just went over it. So 2 lines up, and then make them come out. Draw your lines coming back in. Then you'll go down, and then come back in. And then you'll go ahead and cut that when you're ready. And I'll put my extra paper aside. Then we'll find a nice spot for my starfish. That looks great, Olivia. Are you done, honey? You can add some detail. What I mean by detail is you could take your pencil. Maybe you'll put some, maybe you'll want a face on your starfish, but you could put little dots. You could put eyes on your fish, lines on your scallops. Okay, I have my starfish here. I can't totally see him, so I think I want him right there. Okay, we have 1 paper left, and I use this pink paper. If you're done, that's okay. You can keep adding to your picture, or you can create another picture. I took my pink paper and I folded it in half. And then I took it and I folded it again. So I folded it twice. And it's just easier to do this because then you can get multiple of the same thing when you're cutting. Now I made coral reefs, little corals out of this. So you want to draw a rounded, and you want it to keep growing. Just come around. I'm going to bring it closer so you can see it. You just want to make some rounded marks. I'm going to do it in, maybe you can see it better if I do it in the blue. Just squiggly lines. You see that? I'm going to hold it there, Christine, so you can see it. So it kind of looks like a leaf. You want to make it rounded looking like that. And when you're ready, you're going to cut them out. Again, take your time.
Miss Ryan, do
I
you
should have 4. Yep. Olivia, I really like that. Maybe you want to cut some circles. I'm going to show you my finished picture. Maybe you want to cut some circles and make it look like.
I have more paper.
Yep. You have some more paper. Maybe you want to make smaller fish if you have room still left. Maybe you want to do different colored grass if you have some scraps for that. I'm just going to glue on my corals. Olivia, remember to glue down, if you're done with your, once you're done with your picture, remember you want to really glue everything down. We didn't really glue it very well in case we wanted to move things. So I suggest if you're done, you're going to start trying to glue those edges down. Does anyone need any help? You look like you're very busy and enjoying it. So now with all your paper that you might have left, you can just start cutting some shapes. I was just making some circles. I like the circles because it just looks like bubbles to me.
Mom, why are you gonna dress? Why are you gonna dress?
How are you going to take you into the pool?
What about you?
Okay, to those that are finished or still working, you can draw some details onto your grass. You could draw things, make it look more realistic.
Wait, are we doing the coral now?
The coral, we did the coral. Do you want me to show you to do it again?
I'm already making my own.
You want to take your pink paper, you're going to fold it
A bunch of twinkly
in
lights.
half, and you're going to fold it again. You're going to fold it twice. And then I want you to draw squiggly
No, I only
lines.
did it 2 times. I only did it 1 time.
You only want to do it once?
Because I want to have
Okay, that's okay. You don't have to do it twice. And then make an outline kind of like that, like squiggly.
like this.
Yeah, that looks great. See how I have mine here? Remember to glue everything down. Send me the pictures in if you can. I hope you enjoyed this project today. I really like doing these cutouts. You don't always need paper, pen, or crayons.
This is really fun.
Yeah, I like
This
doing
is-
these. These are collages. I like
It's
them.
a kind of long, but it's really fun. Also, I miss you. I just miss you so much.
What is it? Also what?
I just miss you so much.
I miss you too is, you know what I did yesterday?
What?
I did tie-dye. Remember when we did tie-dye?
Yeah.
I wish we can do some tie. See how my hands, I don't know if you can see them. They're really kind of,
Oh.
I had to really scrub my hands. They have tie-dye all over them. I'd like to get in here and get some tie-dye done. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Look. Maybe one day. Hopefully soon we can come back in.
We're gonna fix it.
It fell.
It's okay, we're gonna fix it a little.
Does anyone need any help? Christine, how'd you do, honey? Let me see. James, you're doing a great job. Good, gluing everything down. Hi, Stina. How did you do, honey? Good.
I'm already done.
I know Aliana was busy, but she disappeared. I can see her picture. It looks good from here.
I'm gonna do the drawing class.
You're going to do the drawing class, James?
Huh?
Let me see the drawing. Show me the drawing. We're going to do our drawing class if you care to join us. If you have some more time, we're going to do ribbit.
We have time for that.
Yep.
It's going to be fun. We don't do frogs often enough.
I remember that one time we used the paint markers. And
One time what?
I remember one time, I think it was like we used like the pixel marker brush. I've done
Leanne,
pixel
how
brushes.
did you do? You did good? Let me see your picture. Hold it up. Let me see your picture.
I drew this, and then I also drew.
Yeah, hold it up. That looks great. Are you done with it?
Yes.
Do some more cutouts, maybe some circles for bubbles. You can draw some details in there. I have a lot going on in this one. Don't forget to glue everything down really well. You're going to want to let that dry. This clear glue takes a little bit longer, but the reason why I sent you this one is because the white one usually fades the paper. But I like to use the clear one because it won't.
Also, this one is re-stick, so like if you glue it in the wrong place,
Yeah.
then you could stick it somewhere else.
It's a re-stick. So then and yeah, it's easier that way. I agree. And that's exactly what we needed to do because sometimes we like to move these things around. You guys did really great today. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, next week, we are not going to be here on Saturday. We had to change the class. So we're going to send that email out to moms and dads to make sure that you're not sitting here waiting on Saturday. We have to cancel the class. We had some personal things to do, and
That's okay.
we weren't going to be
There's
able
going to be no class on
power that
Saturday.
you deserve. So we're going to add the class on at the end, and we'll send mom and dad an email. So next Saturday, there's no next Saturday, and we'll send that message out. And if anyone else needs any help, please let me know.
Finished. I did my bubbles.
Let me see. I like that, James. James, and you're going to come to drawing today. Oh, you have lots of starfish. I like that.
Miss Ryan,
Yep.
there's no class next Saturday?
No, I had to cancel next Saturday.
Okay.
Something came up, so I'm not going to be able to give the whole hour, and I'd rather give you the whole hour. I'm going to add it to the end, so we won't, of course, miss our 6 classes.
Perfect.
So I think we weren't going to. I think we were ending the week before this. What it was. So we're going to have class on the 22nd now.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Okay, good. And I'll email you guys just to make sure you guys remember. So we're going to hold our both our classes. Even the free draw will not be taking place next weekend.
Shadow puppet thing
Okay.
today.
But please come and join us at 11:30 to draw with me, and we're going to do our free draw.
Daddy, I'm not going to do 11:30.
And any papers you have left, please use them and you can make a new collage. Maybe you'll think of something else. I wanted to make it kind of summery, ocean. But it's up to you. You don't have to. Maybe you just want to do a mosaic and just cut all the pieces and just make something really colorful. But I'd love for you to keep using those all the materials we sent. Please use them. All right? Okay, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Please send us in the pictures so we can see them. I hope you enjoyed this time. Please join me at 11:30. Bye, guys. See you soon.